Doctors get away with way too much because none of us are educated enough to call them out on their BS. I went to a doctor because my foot hurts when I run. I told him the outside of my foot hurts in like the middle, right? At like 3 o'clock, that hurts when I run. And he feels it up. He's a podiatrist, not just a regular doctor. He feels it up. Does this hurt? Does that hurt? He bends my foot and he goes, you know what? I think you have peroneal tendinopathy. And I say, thank you, doctor. And I don't want to waste his time. I'm going to go home. I'm going to look it up and I'll look at all the treatments because the main thing a doctor can do is give you his diagnosis. He knows all of the ailments and he can tell all the different factors and diagnose you, right? And then I'm going to go home, look up how to treat it. I get home, I Google peroneal tendinopathy. Peroneal means the outside of the foot, and tendinopathy means your tendon hurts. That's what the fuck I told him. So I went to this doctor. I told him the outside of my foot hurts in the tendon, and he looked at me and said, "You know what? In my professional opinion, you have a condition called outside of your foot tendon hurting." I don't think doctors give you like the wrong answer, but they don't try very hard to give you the right answer. I think there's a lot of doctors phoning it in, and they just don't get.
Now, just to be clear, that guy made a follow-up video explaining that he apologizes, that he's a comedy page and he was joking, but also a little bit frustrated about that, and that he didn't intend for doctors to share like how insane the workload is. But in any event, let's discuss what he's talking about because I think a lot of people probably feel the same way. The diagnosis he received was peroneal tendinopathy. And he's right. It means on the outside of the foot, the tendon is inflamed and causing pain. Now, here's why that is helpful. Peroneal tendinopathy is not the only thing that causes foot pain. Foot pain can be caused by plantar fasciitis. It can be caused by diabetic neuropathy. It can be caused by peripheral neuropathy. And you can even get foot pain from a specific kind of tumor called a Morton's neuroma. Now, I am not a podiatrist or an orthopedic surgeon, so I cannot tell you the full differential of things that can cause foot pain. But all I can tell you is that when somebody gives you a diagnosis with a clear nomenclature, like the pain is coming from a tendon, that leads you down the path to appropriate care for it. It might seem arbitrary, but I don't just deal with one kind of problem, neither does any other doctor. We have to be rather specific about what is going on in order to actually help you correctly and not waste time chasing things that are not there. I know sometimes dealing with a professional can be difficult, but there's a certain level of humility that you should keep in that you don't know what you don't know. And the doctor is not trying to pull a fast one on you by giving you a correct diagnosis which rules out other diagnoses. I hope that was helpful.